that. You mentioned him, though, Trae Young, so let's get to his big night because he scored 56 points to go along with 14 assists. That was against the Trail Blazers, but unfortunately, it came in a loss despite the fact that the Blazers were without two of their top players. That's Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. And get this, guys, the 56, that marked Trae's career high and the most points that any player has scored in a game this season. And Trae has scored or assisted on 86 points. Wow. So that was tied for the most by any player in a loss over the last 25 seasons. So a little bit of the good, well, a lot of the good come with a little bit of the bad. I do want to bring in JJ Redick from New York and senior writer Zach Lowe here. So JJ, I do want to start with you. How frustrated do you think Trae Young should be with a loss like that following a career high performance?
Oh, he should be very frustrated. He's having as good of a season as he's had in the NBA. His efficiency numbers are great. He's second in the league in scoring, third in assist. But here's the problem. The Hawks stink defensively, and their margin for error night to night is very slim. They've got the second best offense in the league. They've got the fourth worst defense. To win with Trae Young, he's proven he can play on a finals contending team last year. To win with Trae Young, you just need an average defense, and they don't have that right now. He's so good offensively. He creates so many opportunities offensively. That, to me, is where if they make just a marginal improvement defensively in the second half of the season, they're going to have a chance in the East to make another run.
But, Zach, this Hawks team was in the conference finals last season. So what changed for them?
JJ just nailed it. They forgot kind of what drove them to the conference finals. Trae Young and dunking and alley-oops, that's all the sexy stuff. Under Nate McMillan, they became an average to above average defensive team. And as JJ said, they're 27th. You're not going anywhere serious when you're 27th. They might be the worst transition defense team in the league. And in fairness to them, last night they're missing John Collins, DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, Bogdan Bogdanovic. So they haven't had their whole team for a lot of the year. Hunter's their best perimeter defender. And teams are shooting well from like everywhere on the floor against them. So maybe they're getting a little unlucky. Clint Capella, not the same player so far this season after recovering from an Achilles injury, a soreness of an Achilles last season. He was huge last year. The bottom line is this team has got to be better defensively if they're going to go anywhere serious.
Well, yeah, the health and safety protocols have hit them a little bit hard. Hey, Richard, I guess you want to jump in here. So for the Hawks, I mean, last season, I was on the sidelines for some of those conference finals games, and watching their run against the 76ers, they just seemed like a team that was possessed. So were the Hawks ahead of schedule, do you think, in some ways last season?
I think they are ahead. I think they were ahead of schedule. And I think if you look at the way they finished the season last year, but I'll say this. Trae Young and the formula around him, to me, reminds me of Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson couldn't guard anybody. And AI, you're a legend. What I'm more saying is that when you look at the most successful team that AI ever had around him, it was Dikembe Mutombo, it was Eric Snow, it was Aaron McKee. They just surrounded him with defenders. Because if you get a bunch of defenders that gives you 10, 12 points a night, but they defend at a high level, then you know that no one can guard Trae. You know that no one can guard AI. So to me, they do need more defenders. Even in an era of high-powered offense, the Warriors have a high-powered offense, but they have a high-level defense. They have a high-level defense. So to me, they need a lot more defenders than just one or maybe two. They should surround him with that.
Well, Matt has been making faces and formulating his point for a while now. What you got here, Matt?
No, I mean, I agree with everyone. Obviously, defense is going to be the key. They have a very high-powered offense. Trae is incredible. And I understand his frustration, but at the same time, if anyone between these two teams that just played should be frustrated, it was a guy who wasn't playing. It's Dame Lillard. Yeah. Portland has not got that team better yet. I want to say they're 12th in the West, under 500, and Dame is wasting so many good years there. So I understand Dame's frustration. I understand Trae's frustration. He's a young guy. He's got a lot more basketball ahead of him. Dame has had this frustration for a long time, putting up 50-point games and taking L's. So Portland's GM and Portland's front office need to do something for Dame. But again, defense is what's going to help Atlanta get to that next level, and there's still time to improve that.
Well, when I sat down with Trae at the end of last season, he told me I'm not going to be satisfied until we bring a championship to Atlanta, and I'm sure Damian Lillard feels the same way.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.